In the opening round of ESL Pro League Season 20, Sangal put an absolute beatdown on FaZe in the opening map of Anubis. They dominated in opening duels, losing only 2 for the entire matchup. So today we're going to take a look at the absolute CT masterclass put on display from the side of Sangal. But before we dive straight in, I want to thank today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. So, SkinsMonkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code CSTactics on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here with FaZe versus Sangal on the pistol round. So early on, we've got FaZe moving up here pretty heavily towards Bridge, and they're making a lot of noise. They've thrown a decoy grenade. They're trying to announce their presence towards this area of the map, I assume to probably draw one of the A players out towards mid and off of A. So right after that, they're going to end up dropping down on Bridge here, which Youngster is probably hearing this, and he's going to back up a little bit thinking, okay, they could be shifting up close to pop through, but at the exact same time, Joda has pushed out of B main, and he's commented to his team, hey guys, there's no one here. So that's enough information for LNZ to start rotating over towards A, and in this very moment, Sangal have a pretty good read on the situation. They're thinking, you know what? This is going to be an A hit from FaZe. So it may not seem like it at first glance, but Sangal are actually in a pretty decent setup to deal with this full 5-man hit onto the A site. They have xFloud up close with a smoke grenade and dual Berettas. Meanwhile, Sammy is up here towards heaven. So once this actually comes in, xFloud is going to end up hearing those steps, so he's going to smoke them off and play up close as he should with these dualies. At the same time, Sammy's able to hold up here and just fight the players that are distracted by xFloud. So he brings down one, xFloud's able to peek out, bring down another, and just like that, 2 opening kills are going the way of Sangal. Sammy's able to just chill up here, and he brings down a second, a third, and he's going to start to reload, think maybe not, and bring down the 4th. Awesome kill, completely shutting down FaZe there. Great setup, great positioning, and good confident duels here. I mean, what more can you ask for a pistol round? So I wanted to skip the second round because it was just a basic eco. FaZe lost, as you would expect. It was just a full Glock round. So let's jump into the next one here. So this is the first real full buy versus full buy situation. So we're going to have FaZe setting up a little flash play. Brokey is flashing Rops on in, and he's going to be able to bring down Youngster. And you may be wondering, well, why is Youngster even up here taking this duel? That's actually because just before all of that went down, I'll rewind it a little bit. If you notice here, Frozen is set up outside of B main, and he ends up just before they throw that flash. Frozen decides to molly out the pillar here. So this is a well-timed setup here from FaZe that forces Youngster out of that Molotov into E-box, which gets him killed by Rob. So a great way to force that first opening, and right off of that, FaZe is just going to explode right into a site take, right? Kerrigan's going to smoke off the cross, and once this molly fades, Rain is having really good entry pathing here. He's able to find Joda, and then they just smoke off Palace. LNZ's trying his best. They bring him down, and at this point, the round's over. A great, well-coordinated B-side execute from FaZe. So with the first buy round going the way of FaZe, a lot of people at this point are probably just thinking, okay, you know, they lost the pistol, but it's still FaZe, right? They're playing against Sangal. They're probably going to be able to pull this out. But, you know, that's not going to end up being the case. So let's take a look at how they end up piecing apart this next round. So Sammy early on is throwing your typical mid-control smoke, but he gets double mollied out of here. So he's thinking, all right, I'm just going to move on back, pick up this extra smoke that was dropped, and I'm just going to play from camera here, just in case they're super aggressive. And yeah, they're just kind of responding to a little bit of pressure towards A main, and then he gets smoked off. And for a lot of players, if you feel that heavy mid pressure and you're smoked off camera, a lot of times your initial reaction is going to be, oh, they may be splitting through here towards Palace to B, right? Because, hey, they took control of this mid location and now I'm smoked off. However, FaZe is using this. They're trying to use that against them, and they're just going to use this camera smoke as a part of an A hit, right? So Sammy doesn't panic. He realizes probably the best option here is to just group up with xFloud and take A main control. So they start moving over here. And that decision is reinforced by the fact that this 3-man setup over here on B, once they realize, hey, there's been a lot of pressure over here, they say, let's actually push out and see what's going on out here towards B main. So they're going to peek out and they're not going to spot anything. So immediately now they have a decent read on the situation, similar to that first round. So off the back of that information, they're kind of going to double down. They're realizing, okay, well, really, the only 2 options that they have right now are either pushing into 3 players through Palace, or they're going to be doing an A split. And the best way that you're going to be able to handle something like this, like a split up site, is grouping with your teammate and taking one of the two positions. So they're going to take one of the pressure points that's A main. So Sammy's going to end up, they're going to set up here, and Sammy's wanting to re-smoke this off to buy a little bit of time, and they're just going to try to take these fights, right? They're going to try to be aggressive here, so they bring down one. They're going to bring down another, so Sammy's able to bring down two. I guess it was off of a team kill, but again, tons of damage dealt, and Rops is very low. So at this point, Sammy's realizing, okay, I'm getting pushed from camera, and there may be just one player left, and Bomb is right here. So Sammy realizes, all right, I've got 4 bullets left. I know Rops is low. I'm picking up this MP9, and I'm going to be aggressive. I'm taking control and charge of this bomb. So what's he going to do? He's going to go for a jump shot and just eviscerate Rops here, and he's going to try to pick up the smoke and smoke off the bomb, but Frozen's already up ahead of it. So FaZe, they're now in a 2 versus 3, but based off of that brilliant play of bringing all 3 players down in A main, Sangal have the advantage here. So let's see how they go about playing it. So LNC's already up here in heaven, so he just goes for a peek and is able to bring down Kerrigan and just gets confident, peeks onto Frozen. Youngster's the one to bring him down, but again, quick cleanup, and Sangal onto that 3-1 start. Pretty solid. So right off the back of winning that round, they go for a super aggressive play, and I really want to talk about the confidence of Sangal. This is one of their first tier 1 LAN events ever against a team of FaZe's caliber, and right after that, they go for an aggressive call like this. They're going to have Youngster flash up through Canal here, and he's running straight towards this stair smoke that they've thrown, and he's going to get all the way up into it and try to slip through it. I mean, what a crazy play to go for, right? He gets all the way along this back wall where you can watch bridge. He's actually wanting to watch this bridge window here. So this is so much information for the side of Sangal, another very aggressive, active CT play. Now, he's going to be able to bring down Kerrigan as he crosses, but at this point, there are just too many FaZe members here. There's just too many targets for him to really do much more here, and so he is going to end up getting brought down by Rops over here on the side. So off the back of that loss, the economy for Sangal is not looking too hot. However, right off the bat, they've got Youngster with an M4 and armor, and they're going to have him go for yet another aggressive play. He's getting all the way to the right side of B main dry. No flash thrown. So from Frozen's perspective, he has absolutely no idea that anyone would have crossed to there because most people don't peek that dry. So great positioning here from Youngster. He has a lot of information by taking this spot. He even goes one step further and jumps up, spots Frozen here, and even though Frozen throws a flashback, he's able to calm, hey, they're actually not outside on B main. So what that means is they're going to be able to get a better rotation in for this A site. Let's take a look at what they've got going on here at the moment. So xFloud's playing up close, similar to how he was on Pistol Round. He's got a UMP. He's just smoked off A main to buy himself a little bit of time. And as you can see here, Sangal are actually moving over towards this A site. They're rotating on their way over so that they can position more players onto site, as you can see. So right now, you also have xFloud in position. You've got Sammy getting right behind default, and Joda moving in onto plat. So they've got 3 players positioned onto A, and they can honestly get a 4th into the fight from camera. So FaZe are walking into a stack that they really have no idea. So xFloud brings down the first player. Although Rops is able to take down Sammy, Joda is going to move up into a position to support xFloud. He's going to bring down not just 1, but 2 players, completely shutting down that A main assault yet again. So Frozen was able to save that rifle in the 1 versus 3, and FaZe end up forcing up here to try to go for an aggressive play onto mid. So Kerrigan's going to throw an HE, he's going to throw a flash, and try to rush on up through here, but he's completely cut down with LNZ along with Rain. So just like that, this force is completely shut down. Now, Frozen does try his hand at taking the fight and also goes down with that AK. And just like that, there is not much left of FaZe here. They're going to try to inch their way onto the A site, but nothing is really going to come out of this. All right, so moving ahead 1 round after Sangal were able to close out that man advantage situation, FaZe just lost a full eco, so nothing too exciting to cover there. So what I want to talk about here is a pretty interesting aggressive setup. Again, they're just so active on the CT side, and that's been the key to their success. So Sammy is going for this super active op hold where he has a ton of information on this boat A main area. So at the same time, xFloud is getting into a setup to where he's going all the way along this wall, and he's kind of playing anti-flash in front of where that typical flash is going to come in. And of course, Brokey is flashing Rops in here, and it is going to cause Sammy to eat this thing. xFloud is able to dodge the flash and just completely annihilate Rops right off this position for a very easy opening kill. So right after that, Sammy retakes this angle, and xFloud is going to rotate all the way off and go somewhere else. So by this point, Rain's probably not expecting there to still be an op holding this angle, and of course, Rain peeks right into it and gets destroyed. So 2 opening picks going the way of Sangal. Can't get any better than that. And right after Rain gets brought down, Brokey gets taken down right here in E-Box. So Again, a 5 versus 2. The round is already over, so let's move on to the next one. So I'm skipping forward yet another round because FaZe had to eco. So we're now sitting at an 8-2 scoreline, one that FaZe has been absolutely bullied on due to these aggressive CT information-based plays. So this round is a little bit different though. They're not doing anything too crazy. Youngster is just jiggling here on E-box like most players do, and he's going to decide to go ahead and throw this incendiary. And if you'll pay attention, it actually burned rain, which gives him a little bit of information. He's going to be able to come, hey, there's someone out here, and at the exact same time, Frozen mollied off Pillar, which is the exact same setup that they used to try to crunch B early on into the game. And since they have a pretty decent read of the situation here, Joda's just going to end up throwing his smoke on into E-box early on, and they're probably expecting FaZe to have a few players towards this region. So what he's going to do is he's going to pull out his HE grenade, and he's going to end up getting Youngster to go for a little peek onto Rain, which is going to give them yet another opening frag. So even though they didn't go for an aggressive early on play, they still find a way to go for an opening pick. So at this point, Sammy is really feeling it, so he does go for a very aggressive play onto Rops, which you do like to see, but it is going to result in him getting brought down here in the E-box position. At the same time, this is where FaZe is saying, all right, it's time we need to crunch. We got this pick, let's hit this B bomb site, and Youngster is able to kill Kerrigan, but it goes both ways as Frozen trades him out. And now we have Joda in this situation where Frozen's not really expecting him here. So a very easy pickup. And now you've got Robs kind of in this one-on-one duel with Joda. No one else is really in a great position to be able to trade him. LNZ is coming on the flank here, but as you can see, he's not in a great position to be able to pull this off at the moment. But LNZ is really on his way. Joda, I don't believe, is going to be able to win this duel, if I remember correctly. And now Rops is kind of expecting this from LNZ, but so is LNZ, bringing him down for a 9-2 scoreline. All right, so that brings us on to the last round of the half, a 9-2 scoreline going the way of Sangal. We've got Sammy going for a fairly aggressive play yet again. He's going to end up peeking down on the right side of bridge, holding this line, and at the exact same time, LNZ is peeking over here towards the left, who's going to tag Kerrigan down to 28 points of health. He's going to throw a little HE grenade and then fall off, so not a bad opening altogether. So FaZe is going to respond to this control with a flurry of utility. They're going to end up smoking off house, mollying Sammy out of this door region. He's wanting to kind of go back through, but decides to just throw a nade, do a little bit of damage, and fall back towards camera. So Sammy does fall all the way back here, and one thing that you should probably notice is that Frozen has slipped all the way into the right side here, and Sammy is fully aware that he could be here. So he's just holding the angle for it, and Frozen is naturally going to peek into it and get punished for it. So a great way to find an opener there for Sammy. So at this point, FaZe is saying, all right, forget this op. We're not going anywhere around mid. Let's just crunch B real fast. And so that's what they try to do. We have a well-timed molly here from Youngster, preventing that swing into the deeper region so that Joda's able to just fully focus over here onto B main, which he does bring down the player that was pushing through here. So again, fantastic work here from the two B side anchors, and Joda against Brokey. They're going to take a 10-2 half, an absolute stomp against one of the best teams in the world. And yeah, believe it or not, they ended up winning the CT side pistol round and the follow-up rounds to close out at a 13-3 scoreline, which is absolutely insane. Really, that's just a masterclass on the CT side of an active defense. So if you enjoyed this type of demo review, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. This is still kind of a newer format for me, so if you enjoyed this video, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'll see you guys in the next one.